Okay, turn 13.
Move that marker. Torpedo movement.
So this one hits, right?
Actually, that hits. That hits. That hits. That hits. That flips to 1.
So do we actually resolve these right now? Yeah, torpedo move detonation.
Yeah, we resolve them right now.
All right.
Anything that got to 0.
So let me ask you a question. Actually, can we have 2 targeted requests in the same sector?
What a great question, because they're targeted.
I thought there was something about not being able to have two targeted requests in the same sector.
Escort requests, definitely.
I'm going to pause while you look this up. Go ahead.
So over here, escort request.
Yep.
Each quadrant may hold a maximum of 1 escort request. Targeted requests are different.
Okay. So, but what's interesting is that there's going to end up being a bunch of extra targeted requests. So the thing is, the escorts may get pulled off of us to go investigate those, right?
I don't know how that works. I would think they'd go after the targeted request before they go after a...
But when these explode, isn't that...
No, those aren't targeted requests. Those are... Because a targeted request is when you see something.
But when it explodes, it's not a targeted request?
It generates an escort request.
Oh, okay. It generates escort request. Okay.
Which will, I think, be lower priority, unfortunately.
Probably. Okay. All right.
Yeah, escort request. It's up here in the...
Okay. So realistically, these escort requests I don't have to worry about because the target...
Correct. Now, I do think what we should be doing here is doing these in random order.
Yes, I think that's 100% right. So basically, I'm
we're
going to draw...
basically drawing... There's 5 of them, so...
1, 2... You want to do it that way? 3, 4...
Either that 5. Or like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Well, yeah, I mean, but just this is 1, this is 2.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Then I'll draw a D10. So it's the first one.
That was easy.
All right, so let's actually... we've not done this yet. So let's actually kind of show, especially in the TTS mod as well as the game, how this actually works. Right? Because we've not done this yet.
We have not.
Torpedo.
It is a large ship.
Yep.
The one thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to, well, we'll see that in a second, actually. That's not the time to do that. But I noted it's a large ship.
Yep.
I'm just going to go ahead and hit the right mouse button on that.
So you right mouse click on the torpedo and hit torpedo attack, right?
Yep. And what it will do is it will draw...
It places a U-boat.
Yeah, place an attack marker so you remember where you're attacking, basically.
And then it pulls 2 cards, and then one of them goes oriented that way.
It actually pulled 3 cards.
Oh, 3.
So it's got a card that tells you the modifier for the small, medium, large. This is a large.
Yep.
Then it has another card that's late. If we look at this is what it's actually doing. So you place your torpedo. It brought the torpedo over at the angle.
Yep.
So it's coming in like that. So I can look at this and say, I got +0 for the large, +2, +4 because of the TDC, right?
Yep.
And we're hitting a slow convoy in bad weather.
So you need a 3 or better to hit.
I need a 3 or better to hit. Yes.
You want me to draw it? You want to draw it?
Draw it. Go ahead, draw it.
You're definitely spending you failed. I think you're spending a tactical
point. That is a guaranteed... That is a miss. So you can
spend a tactical point to redraw. And with a 3, I feel like you ought to.
I am going to. So that is... not only that, I'm probably... All right, I just spent my tactical point with Y.
Yep.
Go ahead and draw again.
Okay, you got a 4.
All right.
Just enough.
So I hit him.
Yes.
So now the question we have to draw here over on this detonation, and the first thing we're looking at is it a dud?
Is it a dud?
And this one is a steam torpedo, so it's this G7A early.
So it is not a dud.
So now we're drawing here to see what happened to the large.
So he's damaged.
And now I have a choice to make.
So damage. Oh, right.
Do I draw again?
I think you should.
Yeah,
I think you should leave him because I mean, at the end of the day, depending on where we are, I mean, this guy could even just exit the board and go sinking.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I would take the. I mean, you're going to get half the victory points right now for damaging him.
Yep.
So you're going to get. So when his ship is damaged, just so for if people don't know, you get half the victory points. You end up putting like a damaged or a damage marker here, and the ship goes over onto the turn track, and then at the end of the patrol, subs that are over here after they've disengaged can sometimes pick off those stragglers, and how sort of the distance between when the straggler got damaged and when you exited the convoy is like your chance to hit. So if it were me, I would probably just take it. I mean, you're going to want to save some TP for like the escort that's about to come after you.
Yeah, and I do like the idea of just go potentially, depending on how much we damage here, he could be really close to. Well, he only gets to shoot at one.
Yeah, that's I know, but still, I mean, he's the best he's gonna do is get like a couple of these like smaller ships here. But anyway, he could also just how far is he from? He's 2 turns from getting to periscope depth, right?
Yeah, 3 from the surface, and he could start moving up faster. Although we're gonna run out of time.
Well, I was gonna say if he could just in 2 turns. He could like pop up, get a couple of torpedoes in the water, and then exit the board before the torpedoes.
Right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hit the right mouse button on that, or if you want to do it, because it's an escort request we have there.
So I sort of click on the ship and hit mark damage, right?
First hit. Well, actually do that. Yeah. Go ahead, because I think I changed something.
So it puts a damage marker.
Yep. And you can now, so notice he didn't move automatically the turn marker. The reason is just because he's damaged, if anybody else had targeted him, they get a shot first. But now you can hit the right mouse button and say move him damage to turn. Exactly. So he's been moved here, and I notice he's up on the 13 space. Yeah. I need to go get so what did we say? What do you get for that?
Half the VPs. Oh, well, you should check it in the rules. I know you get half the VPs. I don't know whether you get...
I think that's it.
I don't know
whether you get anything else. You don't get
the tonnage because you didn't sink him.
Exactly.
But you know what? I think you were right. We needed to click on him to get the escort request before we moved him.
Oh, yeah. It's not in this mod, but the damaged markers in the newest version of the mod... Damaged and sunk have that now too.
So that's fine. I'll do an escort request on the guy next to him and we'll move it over.
I'm going to give myself 2 we get 2 victory points basically for that, right?
Yeah.
Up here.
Where is that? Oh.
I just put him up here.
Wait.
And we can add them here if we want to, or we just wait till the.
So you put
either way.
You would put 2 victory points there?
In theory, we get 2 victory points right there. We need 66 for this.
It's rounded down? Did it say rounded
down?
Good
question. What is the convoy damage? It's all 26. If a ship is damaged, let's see. If it's damaged at half rounded up.
Rounded up.
Yep.
So you get 3 victory points.
Yep. And it's not me because
right. It's not you.
It's we.
It's
in this case
the flotilla, or
correct.
Not even the flotilla. Right. The group of flotillas.
It's the U-boat
group. All right. So that's that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep drawing 1 through 10.
Well, now you can do the 4.
Wait, we got a 4? Oh shit!
There's a random number 4 that you could just pull.
3.
So 1,
2, 3.
All right.
So just to repeat, I'm going to hit torpedo attack.
Well, hold on. So what we ought to do is complete attack over here.
Right.
That'll move stuff back.
Right.
And the torpedo back here.
The torpedo up here, you need to move back as well.
I'm going to actually, you can go ahead and.
Wait, was this?
So it's this guy down here.
Okay, thank you. I literally forgot.
He's also large.
So he gets a minus. This is not going to be nearly as good. Well, that's pretty nice though. That +2.
That was good. So he gets just a +2 though when it's all said and done.
You got to get a 5.
A 5 or greater.
Didn't. This is a more interesting question, I think. How many tactical points you got left?
3. That's a harder one.
Yeah. I would say you probably are going to spend 1 more in this attack.
Probably. I'm going to just... I missed.
He's your... I mean, I'd save it for
now,
this 5.
One question... Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah, I would
say... I was
just going
to say he missed.
Yeah. But... the torpedo has a chance of hitting somebody else, right?
Exactly. It's a missed torpedo attack, which
it goes to this
missed
guy.
Its original target, but he basically, that torpedo's coming this way.
Yeah, so it's going to go
basically on a draw of a D10. If it's a 10,
yeah,
we hit him.
So you did not hit the ship behind, but if we had drawn a 10, we would have done it resolved damage.
It would have been this guy coming this way.
Dud, then damage on that guy.
Yep. So he is basically, that is just done.
So you just complete that attack.
Complete that attack. All right. So now we got a D3 for the rest.
2. That's
so
still
number 2.
That's still you. I'm gonna do all
your
torpedoes.
Get all mine
first.
yeah. All right. I'm gonna hit the right mouse button.
Go ahead. You can. Yeah.
Torpedo attack.
Yep.
He's medium. He's a +2.
He's still got a
5. And I need a 7 as well.
Yeah. I wouldn't spend your...
right?
There you go. You just went and got lucky there, so that's good.
But now the question is it a dud?
It's
not. Now what happens to a medium? Damaged. Damn it.
That's a bummer.
Redraw it. Damn it.
You're going to spend it and redraw
I'm spending it. Redraw it. I'm annoyed.
Incidental damage.
Instead, we don't even get the damage.
Greedy.
Well, so much for being annoyed.
Greedy. Hopefully you don't need that tactical point. All right. So now it's my 2 torpedoes. Fine.
I hope I don't regret that.
So we're going to resolve the first one, which is this crappy stern shot. Is the attack cleared? Yeah.
Attack is cleared, yes.
So I'm going to hit this. Now this is not going to be nearly as good.
So he's large.
So I got a -3 to this. Yikes.
Yep. And you need an 8.
Yeah. I'm just going to, if I get a 10, I hit him basically. Oh, so I missed him. So I got to draw a D10 for that guy.
Yep.
Because I'm not redrawing that. No.
All right. So that just is complete attack.
Yeah, that was a pot shot.
Well, this is going poorly.
That was always a pot shot, man. That one was always a pot shot. This one I might spend some stuff on. So
that's interesting. I just noticed.
Shuffle.
Oh, I do. There's a reshuffle angle over here. Good. Good.
Okay.
So that is a +1 there.
Yeah, I got to get a 7.
Whew. All right. You spending a tactical point? You got 3.
Hang on, let me look at what else I got coming up here. That one's worth 4 VP. I don't know what that one's worth. That one's worth 4 VP. So I think this is my biggest, juiciest target. I mean, it's not a very good... The problem is it's not very likely to hit. So I don't feel like I should spend the tactical point to try and draw like a 30% chance or a 40% chance.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm just going to let it go. You know what? If I draw a 10, we're going to hit this guy. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't have hit him anyway. That's weird. So, you know, in the TTS mod, I think you need... I don't know how you're doing the draw deck, but you might want to lift the cards higher when you draw them, because you can see they're kind of getting interfered with by this deck.
Yeah, this thing's gotten to a size now.
Yeah, so like I'm just gonna put that back on top. You can see it's really they get this weird effect there.
Yeah.
So if you just increase how high you pull it,
right,
it'll drop down
just a half a. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna hit complete attack.
Yeah, that was a really.
And I'm gonna reshuffle the angle deck.
Really disappointing turn. Wait,
yeah,
did you
this
hit
is
complete attack? That's weird. This didn't go back.
Oh, it doesn't. That doesn't. It probably should. That's a good idea. I did. No, it doesn't do where you need to go back if you hit it.
Oh, you can just leave it. You can just leave it on the map, I guess. It's because it doesn't.
You can. Really you also can hit the right mouse button and say return it.
Okay.
But it's designed to remind you of, hey, this was the ship. Go flip this ship. This is where an escort request should be. All those things.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Okay. Well, that didn't work very well.
Not at all.
Hopefully the last few pay off, but that
was torpedo movement, so now it's U-boat movement.
Yeah. Guess who's diving?
So Y is diving to 30.
So my question is, if I dive 30, I can't move.
Correct.
Where's U-boat movement?
If you dive 30, you can't.
So I think I'm going to just get myself to 15 so I can get a little bit away from this targeted request marker.
An interesting decision.
Well,
I think it's smart. I think I'm doing the same thing so I can move.
So wait a minute. Let me actually think about this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, the only problem with it is it makes it one extra turn before I can get to 120.
Yeah.
But the thing
question is, do you want to try to? You think you're going to get another shot?
I'm not another shot. I mean, it just depends on. I mean, a lot of it just depends on whether or not these guys find me. And 15 meters versus 30 is pretty much the same in terms of sonar, right?
Yeah, it's exactly the same in terms of sonar.
For right now, I'm just going to go to 15 and give myself the
option. Too. I like that idea. So underwater, you get to move one space, one free turn, and then space. So you can move these 7.
Well, yeah, and that's your type 7 who can. Yes, the type 7s, the type 15s, if they dive at all, can't move. All right. So that was U-boat movement and. U-boat move. Now no U-boat observation because and no TDC calculation.
You weren't moving him?
Oh shoot, I completely forgot about that. Sorry, I did all that discussing and then I didn't even think to move him.
Yep.
I mean, the one thing for me right now is, at least for right now, but as soon as a convoy moves, this thing's going to be in the same quadrant as me again. Does that really matter? Like if it's not in the same, it matters for these escort requests if they're not in the same quadrant as you, right?
Correct. I don't remember. I got to be honest with you, David. I think we're going to have to figure out together the targeted request versus the escort request. And we're about to figure it out.
Well, because the only thing I'm wondering is if I think it matters, because here's the thing is if it matters that we're in the same quadrant, right? The targeted request is going to be here. If it matters that we're in the same quadrant, then I probably want to get to here so we're in different quadrants next turn.
Let's take a peek here.
Let's see if we can figure this out real quick. So yeah, I mean, so if I get in a different
quadrant, to figure out what.
Well, if I get in a different quadrant from this target,
I just don't know if a targeted request is different than a escort request.
Oh, well, it does say this.
If one or more escort remark.
I mean, yeah. Are you in the rules or are you on the player aid?
I was over there. I'm in the rules right now.
Okay, I just wanted to look something up real quick.
But I don't think there's a difference. I think that it's basically, or is it in the same quadrant effectively?
So I think what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to change my facing and move to here, because then the targeted request is going to be in a different.
Do half and half.
The targeted request will end up in a different place as me. I mean, the escort request will still be there, but the targeted request is going to be in a different quadrant from me. Seems like a lot of knowledge, but I guess.
Well, I mean, you're going to slide.
Well, the next, yeah. I mean, at least for a turn anyway. Well, and I can keep moving to keep it away from me. I mean, at the end of the day, to some degree, it doesn't matter, because either the escort request or the targeted request is going to get me.
Exactly. All right. So we're done with U-boat movement, right?
But at least if I go this way, if I happen to get away, I could pop up to periscope depth and start shooting.
Exactly.
Again.
You got some shots at some people, and there's.
Yeah. Okay, moving along. So
I can't do any TDC.
So nobody can. Oh, I guess nobody can, because this guy's still underwater.
Oh, it's ASW now.
So we're drawing for the attack map, and in this case, we're only looking at the ones with the shading.
We're reducing the general information mark, or that's escort movement. Yeah, so we're checking to see if any of these, and we only have it in one quadrant, right?
Yeah, only in the top left.
So nothing.
There is nothing. That's phenomenal.
It's that up there. So all of these guys just flipped to 3. So that was good.
Yeah. So basically, even though they made a request, the escorts are busy with something, so they don't respond yet. Is this essentially
they haven't come in yet.
Yeah.
We don't know. They're basically could be coming.
Yeah.
We don't know how far away they are.
Yeah. Okay.
So convoy movement.
So this is important to note, is that the requests move. And in this case, at 15
meters... This, by the way, just flipped. You flipped the sunk and the damaged. So the damaged one has basically fallen out.
Okay, right. And
so this moves...
At 15 meters, I don't have to worry about collision, right? That would be
correct.
That would be
only periscope depth. My understanding
at 45 meters or 45 feet below the water, I don't think the ship's keel is getting down there necessarily.
Correct.
All right. So then that all happened in ASW move, search and attack, right?
Correct.
Oh, that would combo move. So torpedo reload. Now remind me, you can. So this one in torpedo reload, this flips, right?
Yeah, have you actually been doing that? Did you flip the one fully?
I think I.
It doesn't matter. You can just do it now, but
no, I think I placed it last turn.
Okay.
And you can only reload one torpedo tube per bow and stern each time. So basically, even though I've got 4 empty tubes in the bow, I can only put 1 torpedo loading on there.
Correct.
But next turn, that will flip, and I can add a new one.
Why? Wonder why that TDC was still there.
Because I haven't done those attacks yet.
Yeah, you shouldn't have pulled that TDC.
I'm trying to go back, and hopefully they're still there. Hopefully this doesn't destroy everything. All right, so having undone my mistake in deleting my TDCs, so I'm basically I've got 1 empty tube. I've got a bunch of empty tubes. So I put that there. So that's my 1 torpedo loading this turn. And I assume you put
No, that one doesn't need to load because it's got a TDC. You should put it over here or here. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm putting it on that one because that's the only one that exploded last.
That's the only one. Yeah, you got 3 that still have to hit.
Exploded is the wrong word. Is not the word I'm looking for. That's the one that traveled underneath or past a ship and is now just sinking to the bottom.
It did everything but explode.
Yeah. All right. So that's torpedo reload. Now U-boat attack.
I did it too.
None of us are on this. None of us can fire. So there's no U-boat attack. So we're back to damage control.
Draw my damage control.
See if you can get.
Give me a high number.
4.
Nope. God, we are down to 11 cards over here.
And we haven't gotten the reshuffle.
All right.
So then we are moving on to the next turn, right?
Turn 14.
Turn 14.
So now it's torpedo. So we got
3. We got mine. And you got 1, right?
Yeah, actually, this guy should have checked for a collision.
Well, he's underwater. We talked about it.
That's right. I'm sorry. Yeah. So I got that one. So we got 4 that might hit.
Yeah.
So go ahead and draw.
1 to 4. There it is. 2.
2. So mine.
All right. Electric.
Isn't that right?
Yes, it is. Oh, no. Yeah, 2. Yeah, you're 2. Yep. 100%.
So it's a large. The bummer with the -1. So it's a +2. I need a 5.
Yeah, but we got to do a dud first because it is electric. So it's got a higher chance of being a dud.
Yeah, we do the dud if it's a hit.
Oh, if it's a hit. Oh, sorry, my bad. All right. Thank God this deck is not going to annoy me. So you got a 5.
So a +2, a 5. He hits.
All right.
Now we see if it's a dud.
It is.
It is a dud. I can spend, and I'm spending it.
Oh my God, dude. You're so reckless.
Thank you. Still a dud. All right. I'm done.
Enjoy your escorts. So it's the second one now. So it's going to be this guy.
Yep.
So these are all steam torpedoes. So that was
that's good.
That was a large ship. So this is a much better. This is a much better shot. So I've got +3, and I only need a 6 to hit. Right?
Yeah, it is a +3. Correct. You just a 3 or better. Automatic miss.
Well, this one. See, this one I am.
Yeah, you're doing it. I think that's wise. Automatic hit.
All right. So now we check for dud, and it is electric.
No, he's steam.
Oh, sorry, he's steam. That's what I meant. He's steam. He's A. So he is. He hits, and he's not a dud. And a large ship is sunk.
He sunk him. So now you get to show off sunk.
Yeah. So
right. Mouse button.
I find my handy dandy U-boat X attack marker.
Yep.
And
which you could get rid of now.
I choose. Actually, let's do that. Return attack. So then I choose sunk by U-boat X.
Do this. Yes, you can. Now go to another ship and do a targeted request.
Oh, shoot.
Or an escort request, I mean. Again, in the newest version of the mod, that is on the sunk and damaged marker. Okay. So that's way easier to.
Okay.
The order doesn't matter. I need to retrofit our game
so I'm gonna fix this. Our victory point total is currently 3, but it should be 7 because we got 3 for the other guy, right? We got 3
for the other guy, and you just got how many? 4?
I got 4. So we're up to 7 VP.
Yep.
And what it did is it moved the sunk marker down to that U-boat's pad, so
he's going to get the credit for the
tonnage and speed.
Tonnage.
Yep.
This has actually been terrible, though, in terms of.
Well, and yet you say that, and yet if we could just get 14 more tons, we'd have enough to sort of like be.
And when there are some torpedoes, you have a chance. I got this guy. I'm holding out.
All right, so we're gonna resolve this guy now, which I think is a pretty crappy. So I'm gonna hit complete attack before I do that, though, just to send everything back. And then I do torpedo attack, and he is medium.
+1.
So that gives me a +1.
So it's basically a 0.
A 0.
You
so
need
I
a 6.
Pull a 6.
Do it. Good Lord.
I'm going to see if it goes through and hits the guy behind him.
All right.
Which is this guy, right?
Yep. Well, you got the ones out of there.
Yep.
I'm going to hit complete attack.
Yep. And then I'm going to do my last one. This guy, we don't know what this guy is. I fired blindly at this target, and he is a monster.
Not only that, you get +1 for large, and you got a +3.
So
you just need a 3 or better to hit.
Oh, but this is my electric torpedo.
It is, but I sense TPs if needed.
Okay, so I hit him.
Well, you hit him. Yep.
It isn't a dud.
That guy wasn't steam.
Sunk. All right, I'm going to do this in the right order this time. So I'm going to choose escort request first. Yep. Then I'm going to send this back. And then I'm going to choose sunk by X. 8 VPs that was?
That was 8 VPs.
See, suddenly we only need 7 more tons to be like, to be on pace.
For to be on average.
To be on pace for, and considering how poorly this has gone, I would think that's pretty good.
I do too. All right, well, that's torpedo movement,
and
right?
This is an example of a special ship that would have come in, or no?
Correct. Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, what were you doing?
I completed the attack, but I think we're done with torpedo movement.
Yeah, I think that's all the torpedoes.
So U-boat movement.
So U-boat movement. My U-boat is missing in action. Where is he? Dude, what happened to my U-boat? Oh, there he is. God, there's just like real life, they're hard to see. So I am.
Could you wait 20 minutes? Go ahead. Thank you.
I'm dropping 15 meters and moving forward 1 hex.
I dropped 15 as well. Although my other guy is.
Is he at periscope depth? Oh, he's on the surface. Ooh, you can be doing some spotting.
Exactly. I don't know if I like moving towards that targeted request mark.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that there's so many of them at this point that.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the quadrant I'm trying to get to because this escort request is going to be here by the end of this turn.
Yep.
So if I can get over here, then I'd be in okay shape.
All right.
So you actually have to do some U-boat observation with Z.
I do get to do some observation. I'm finally on the target. Z is back, baby.
You watch. Z is going to get... I want Z to get spotted and sunk. It's just so much damage.
You just want to show how stupid that was.
Nah, actually, this is working out okay for you. I mean, we'll see what happens here, but...
Wow, so we got most of the
convoy spotted. Okay. That's a pretty nice one. Actually, this is not a bad little quadrant. If you sank those 3 ships, that would get us on pace for what we need. Close to it. Or actually,
Z unfortunately is he gets 1 TDC. So
well, there's also this guy up here. But anyway,
yeah, he's gonna actually, because he gets to move 2 going forward, and he's not gonna get spotted.
Yep, not yet. Anyway.
Good point.
All right. So you're gonna pick a TDC.
Yeah, and +1. So Well, nothing else has gone very well. The TDC drawing has gone great.
For you.
For me.
The less said about my deck draws for TDCs and depth charges, the better. All right. So here's the question.
Yeah. Okay. Because we basically had TDCs done. Now it's ASW. So but we just are drawn for this one quadrant, right?
Yeah, I think that's there is a targeted request in this quadrant, but there's no subs.
There's no subs.
So basically, we're just looking to see if we get a box here.
Correct.
We do.
We did. So what that means, pull it. Is there an escort request marker? Yes. Reduce.
So we're going to
place one escort.
So the big question here is where I really wonder which sub is he going to go after?
This is where I got to imagine the targeted request comes into play, right?
Well, it doesn't matter yet. It doesn't matter yet. So we basically are placing an escort right here.
Correct.
So you pull the first guy off the patrol, which is this brilliant, the expert helmsman.
The worst one.
Then we could crash dive. There wasn't a new escort draw.
Well, we already did. We've already. So we're all underwater.
I know. I'm just going through the steps. There's no new escort. Replace the escort request marker with.
So this is why I think what matters is which one of these, and this is where I don't know how that.
So basically, I think we draw randomly. I'm reasonably certain we draw randomly. Actually.
Okay.
Let's figure that out for certain. But I'm having watched a little bit of it at the warehouse. I think we draw randomly to determine which of the essentially three.
Which of the markers they're going after?
Yeah, I mean this one's on the edge, so I mean it could be 4, right?
Well, so draw 4. Let's see where it goes.
Did you check that, or do you want to just assume that?
I didn't see it in here. It was not obvious to me.
All right. We can ask. So it's going to go after number 3. So that would be, using our standard thing, that would be this guy. Oh, no, not that guy. He's not in that quadrant. Sorry. We would be on a 3.
Well, so it's a 3.
So it's still.
But it's still a 3.
Yeah.
So that is going to be replaced with, that's escort 7.
So we basically assign escort 7 to that.
Correct.
That's not good. I didn't want that one. I wanted 1.
And then we have to.
And then how do we? Then we have to draw to figure out what the time is, right?
The rest of these, I think.
Hang on. We have to draw to figure out what the time is on this, right?
We do have to draw to see that. Correct.
What do we draw?
Determine the distance. It's a random 2.
Still, just stays a 1.
He's assigned. He's a 1. These drop down 2, 2, and 2.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And then you've got one here too.
But I
don't know where his marker went.
What do you mean?
You just sunk him, so I think we must have killed a marker.
What marker? Oh, that.
It's an escort request marker. It should have had
Yeah. I don't know what
it's happened. Down to a 3 now.
Okay. All right. Well, you continue to get lucky, and everything is piling on top of me.
That is really it. I'm curious to ask Mike about the
whether you draw
targeted versus, and it's probably in the rules, really plain as day, by the way. But
all right.
All right. So convoy movement.
Oh, shit. Moving my guy in the wrong direction.
All right. I think that's all of them.
I did these like 7 down here.
Yeah, I took care of the targeted requests in these. I think that's all of them.
Yeah. Okay.
Torpedo reload.
So this is what I was talking about last turn. So my stern tube is now reloaded. So that's torpedo tube 5, and that was an electric torpedo. This one flips, but then in addition to this one flipping, now I can actually put another one in there.
Yep.
Sorry, I didn't decrement my steam torpedo for this one last time.
Well, you don't do that until the reload. You decide what's going in there. So right.
Wait, would you do it when it gets to 0?
When it goes to 0, you should do it because you pull on this to record what it is.
Got it. Okay, that's good. Okay, so I'm gonna pull.
Which we actually did that probably wrong on the stern, maybe. But
no, it doesn't matter. So. I only had steam on the.
Yeah, the stern was only one electric. Yeah. Yeah. But that's how you remember.
Yeah. Okay, so that's torpedoes, damage control. Well, U-boat attack, but we're all well. Actually, you've got it. You could attack.
I'm not attacking that yet.
I wouldn't.
I'm getting up further.
Yeah. So then damage control.
So damage control. Go ahead and draw for me. Nope. Struggling to get that extra tube. And that is the end of that turn.
And that is the end of that turn.
So when we come back, we will start turn 15.
Correct.